Inspiring words from His Excellency Muktesh Pareshi.
Kia ora, namaskar. I extend my warmest greetings to all of you, and especially to Right Honorable Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern, Honorable members of the Cabinet, Honorable Leader of Opposition Judith Collins, Honorable members of Parliament, His Worship the Mayor of Auckland, Phil Goff, representatives of the Indian community, and all invitees. I would like to congratulate the Indian Weekender team and especially my dear friend and colleague as India's Honorary Consul in Auckland, Mr. Bhaud Hillen, for holding tonight the 8th edition of Kiwi Indian Hall of Fame Awards. I would like to felicitate in advance all awardees for their distinct achievements in various walks of life. This gala event is taking place against the backdrop of a deadly global pandemic, posing enormous health and economic challenges. New Zealand has shown remarkable success in containing the pandemic under the exemplary leadership of Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern. In India, the recent second wave of COVID-19 has been devastating. In his address to the G7 leaders last week, Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi has called for a One Earth, One Health approach for global recovery, synergizing the efforts of all levels of the government, industry, and civil society. During these hard and unprecedented times, the High Commission has been at the forefront of looking after the welfare of distressed Indians, helping them out through food, shelter, transportation of mortal remains, arranging funerals, repatriation of thousands of stranded Indians, and during the last 2 months by providing oxygen concentrators and other medical equipment to support struggling people back home. Both countries and its people have stood together in solidarity. In our humanitarian endeavors, we have received support from all quarters, from the New Zealand government as well as from Indian community organization. I take this opportunity to record my deepest appreciation to all of them. 2 years back, in August 2019, barely 10 days into my assignment, I had spoken at this forum. During my tenure, I have sensed a strong and mutual impulse on both India and New Zealand side to take the relationship to a higher plane. We have been working towards that. We also recognize that there is a huge untapped business potential. This would be the central focus of the 2-day India-New Zealand Business Summit next week in Auckland, which will be addressed by Foreign Minister Honorable Nanaia Mahuta. We are also working on virtual participation of India's Minister for Commerce and Industry, Mr. Piyush Goyal, at the summit. Both India and New Zealand have a colonial history. We also became independent in the same year, that is 1947. The Government of India has decided to celebrate the 75th year of India's independence in a befitting manner. Here, I would like to reiterate the earnest desire of the Indian community to have a statue of Mahatma Gandhi installed at a public place in Auckland. The Government of India has offered to donate a statue to Auckland Council, and we are in communication with His Worship Phil Goff for allocating a suitable place for the same. I seek support of the Auckland Council and the community in realizing this dream project. India was one of the first Asian countries to have established a diplomatic post in Wellington, initially a trade commission in 1950, which was soon upgraded to a high commission in 1952. This year, when we are marking 70 years of our diplomatic relationship, our dream of moving to a modern and spacious High Commission building in the heart of Wellington, which is being at a cost of $85 million, will be realized over the coming months. As we know, the first recorded story of an Indian migrant is traced back to 1809 or 1810, when one sailor jumped ship, married a Maori woman, and settled down here in New Zealand. Today, there are about 250,000 persons of Indian origin living in New Zealand and contributing $10 billion to New Zealand economy. Hindi today is the fourth most commonly spoken language. Indian community is a well-integrated ethnic group. We feel proud that for the first time, two India-born young achievers, Honorable Priyanka Radhakrishnan and Dr. Gaurav Sharma, have entered New Zealand Parliament as electorate MPs. And one of them, Honorable Radhakrishnan, has also risen for the first time to become a minister in New Zealand government. Friends, today, as we have in attendance Honorable Prime Minister, as well as Honorable Leader of Opposition, I would like to state that there is a great future for India-New Zealand relations. And I would spell out that this relationship has to be based on three pillars. The first is a comprehensive political security relations. The second, it has to be a mutually beneficial trade, technology, and economic partnership. And of course, thirdly, close people-to-people links. The vibrant Kiwi Indian community is contributing to enhance goodwill and nurturing people-to-people links. And tonight is the occasion to celebrate their successes in this country. I thank you and wish you all the best.